All right, here's a quick look at creating manual orders and accepting manual payments. The module in Drupal that we are using for e-commerce is UberCart. UberCart is great. UberCart is a wonderful module. It's been around for a long time, very robust. One area that it could really use some improvements on is manual payments and that sort of thing. Basically, allowing an administrator to create an order and then like a phone order, and then have the customer come onto the site later and pay for that order. Currently, that isn't there, so we've put in some things in place to augment that kind of functionality until there's some more focus on UberCart to bring this along. And I've seen stuff in the forums threads on Drupal.org about getting this stuff sorted out. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to create an order. So we get a phone order and we're going to create an order. The first thing we're going to do is create a new customer or search for an existing customer. So we're just going to show what it looks like creating a new customer that exists as a Drupal user, as a site user already, but may have not bought anything on your site. So that's us. We're just going to click submit. We're already a user on the site, so it recognizes that, so we can just click apply, and so we'll let that go and create order. And when we're on the next page, we can fill in all the information, or if there's previous orders, we can just grab their stuff from their address book or previous shipping information. So we're just going to quickly put in some info here so that you can see where everything shows up when we start to 8, 3, oops. Okay. Victoria, Canada, British Columbia, E9. There. Okay. So then we can change any of the customer info we can here, or search for another customer. Choose the payment method that we're going to do. So let's just say this person is going to, pay by PayPal or something later, or pay by check or whatever. So let's just say that they're going to pay by a check later. Actually, no. Let's say they're going to pay by PayPal later. That's then paying by check's easy. You receive the check and then accept the payment. Blah blah blah. This will make more sense once we get to the next screen. Let's just add an empty line here, and empty line is just going to be for new boots, and $100 for those new boots. And once it's in there, so we're going to use empty line items to, put stuff in that's not already in our store. If there were store products, we can add other products that are within the store. We don't have to, manually create the empty lines. But if there's something that you needed to add, then you can do that. You can put any administration comments in there if you'd like, just for other administrators. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to submit the changes. Once we submit changes, then it'll be able to you can see that, okay, so our order is there, $100. Depending on whether or not you have taxes set up on your site, the taxes will automatically apply to this. So we're just going to go over to invoice, and you can see that we can invoice right off the bat. Now, the invoice will look a little bit different here. This one has, there's actually an image here of the logo, but just because this is a demo site, it doesn't show up. We need to have the blue header up here to be able to handle that. But that's okay. You can see all the information, basic information on the invoice, and then we can actually print off an invoice if we wanted to mail it to them. We could, and again, this image would show up depending on how we've set up your website. This would be a color header if you have a white logo, or if you have a color logo, then it would show up just nicely there. So we can just print that off there by hitting print on our computer, or we can just go into mail invoice, which is really fancy, and we can mail directly to the people, so that they can then come back and pay for it. So you can see the invoice has been mailed to us. Let's just jump over to our email here. And there it is right there. So we've just received it as a customer who just phoned it in, and you can see, oh, do you still need to pay your invoice? Yeah, so we can just click there to accept that we're going to pay it. Oh, it says page not found because it's make a payment. We've changed the name of it. So there will just be a small adjustment within the file itself, so they'll actually get the correct one next time. Anyway, so this is where the page they're actually supposed to end up, and they can actually put in the amount they'd like to pay. So we've been charged $100, so we're going to pay $100. this is where we've now added kind of the augmentation to kind of help Uber Card out to accept those payments. So now they're going to add the cart, and they can go to checkout, and then once they've gone through all the checkout, then we'll receive a notification that his payments have been made. So what's going to end up happening is that we're going to get back into our orders, and let's see if I can maybe do a checkout and see if there's like a checkout in progress, so at least we can see that we've gone kind of far enough to be able to. Let's review that order. This might spit back an error at me because this is on a demo. Let's see. Yeah, it's not letting me check out because this is on a demo site. So anyways, what would happen is that you would then see, after they've completed it, we would see that here's the order we created manually, and then we would see an order on top of this that would be order 21. So now we've got two orders that actually say the same amount. And we don't want that within a system because that's going to throw off our year-to-date and any pending and that sort of thing. So this one will stay pending because that's the manual one we created. And then 21 will show up that it's been paid. And so then what we'll do is we can either delete one of the two. So it's really up to you how you'd like to do it, because all the details, the finer details of what they paid for would be in the one you manually created. In the one you received, it'll just say invoice payment. And so you just have to go back and manually edit this. So what I would do is I'd personally delete 21, or the next one, that the manual payment that they've already done, and then go in here and edit this information so that we can make some changes and so that it's been received. So what we can do is we can go into payments, payment log, and we could say that they paid by PayPal and the amount was $100, and we can just put in PayPal or whatever comments we'd like to put in. We can put in enter, and we can see that their balance will then end up at 0, so they don't owe us any money, and it's been put on the date and the user information that was received. So there we go. So then if we wanted to send them another invoice to say that there's no balance owing, we could do that. Or sorry, no, we can go into our view of our order here, and we can change this order status to completed, and we can send an email to that individual that this has been completed. Or we can put in here, PayPal accepted. Thank you. And then click update, and they'll get an email saying PayPal accepted, thank you. Or if you want to put check number, if you received a check, put the check number in there and then the date that it was received on. Just a nice little feature to be able to update them, let them know, especially when they've done a check. So if they've sent you a check or paid cash or whatever, and then you can see, there we go, there's our order update, they've been received, your order has been completed, thank you very much, and move on from there. So it's, I'd have to say that it's not ideal situation. The ideal situation would be that you would be able to send them the invoice and then you just log in and pay it within time. I hope that is the case, but in the meantime, this is a great way of doing it until we can get some extra features in there. Anyways, thank you very much.